Well, you all might be surprised. That this isn't a rant. It is a review, and I'm reviewing on The Cat in the Hat 2003. Now, let's get to the plot. So basically, what the plot is, it's basically like the book, but there's like different directions. Like there's a kid called Conrad. He's always causing trouble, always messing around with his little sister Sally. But then, his mother Joan has a word with she has a boyfriend called Larry or Lawrence Larry Quinn, but they all call him Lawrence. But he has a word with Joan about sending Conrad to military school. But Miss Joan's boss calls her back and take her back to the work, and then they get a babysitter, but she falls asleep, and then some unexpected visitor comes called the Cat in the Hat, and they start doing fun stuff, and that's basically what the plot is. Now, guys, you all might be saying in the comments below, comment down below, saying, "Oh, CJ, why are you liking this movie? Like, I thought you were like agreeing with people on some things." Now, I will say, guys, I gave this movie another rewatch last week to see if my opinion changes on this movie, see if I start hating on this movie. But honestly, after giving this movie a rewatch, I'm gonna be honest, I actually still love this movie to this very day. Yeah, that's right, I actually still love this movie to this day. Now, I know a lot of people really despise this movie with such a burning passion. I know everyone despises this movie with burning passion. Like, Lambrock Strikes Back despises this movie. Mike Puts Fanboy despises this movie. Jeremy hates this movie. Mario Bros. Fan 2016 despises this movie. Yeah, a lot of people I know hate this movie very much. But guys, honestly, this show is still a massive part of my childhood. This movie is still a massive part of my childhood. Yeah, I actually used to love this movie when I was a kid. But then years later, I was thinking, what I don't there's what I was thinking what other people were thinking. Maybe this movie might be bad. It won't be as good as I remember. But then I decided to give this movie another rewatch. I give it a chance. See if my opinion changes on this movie. But honestly, after giving this movie a rewatch, my opinion still stands. So my opinion is still the same. So I still love this movie. Which, yeah. So now let's get to it. So I will say the story in this movie is pretty good. I do like the story, and some of the characters are great, like the cat in the hat and the fish. Yeah, they're funny characters. They are really funny characters, in my opinion. I love when the cat says this, "Oh yeah," and I love when he says the line. So let me get this straight. You pay this woman to sit on babies? That's disgusting. That was so funny. I love his laugh. Yeah, and I love this scene. Oh yeah, I'll get scenes in a minute. And I do love Conrad and Sally. They were a great character. And Joan, she's a really great character. And I love the babysitter, Mrs. Kwan. I know she doesn't really do much in this. I know she doesn't do much in this movie. All she does is sleep. She sleeps nearly through the whole movie. She's awake in a few scenes in this movie, but mainly she's sleeping the whole movie. But yeah, she's so funny. And also when she said this, "You tell him, Fanny. No, man, Mr. Government." I love her catchphrase. I know that bit with Chinese people fighting on TV, but she said this, "No, my big government." Yeah, she was funny. Mrs. Kwan was funny. So yeah, and I love Finn 1 and Finn 2, and they do the opposite. That was funny. I loved the bit where pretending to be the police officer, and then they swallow something and start choking them. They give them CPR, going, yeah, that was funny. CPR. Even though I love this movie, but there's one character that I freaking despise, and that's Larry Quinn. Larry. I'm not talking about Larry the cucumber from VeggieTales or Larry from The Simpsons. I'm talking about Larry Quinn, Joan's boyfriend. Oh God. I'm sorry, but I freaking despise this character, Ben Patch, and I agree with everybody. He's honestly a terrible character. I don't have a problem with his actress. I do love Alec Baldwin. He's such a great actor. But honestly, Larry Quinn is such an awful villain. I never liked this character. I actually never liked this character to begin with, not even when I was a kid. So yeah, hang on, guys. Sorry about that. See, Larry Quinn's awful character. He may be a nice character when we first see him, but then when he had that scene when he's talking with Conrad, yeah, that was showing that he's not a nice guy. But yeah, at the end where he starts getting become an absolute fool. He's like he said to John, will you marry me, Joan? And then she closes the door on him and rejects him. He says, Joan. It was so funny. He tried to propose him, then she rejects him. Honestly, it was funny. He freaking deserves that. But yeah. And I love the scene where Cat had the dress and he's got to clean up a mess. He gets Joan's dress and he says, "Look, I'm a girl." That was funny. Then she wipes it and he says, "Stop! That's Mom's dress. This filthy thing. She's got to wear that tonight. You ruined it, honey. It was ruined when you bought it." And starts dancing. Honestly, I freaking love that scene. That scene was so freaking funny. I laughed so hard at that scene. And I love the scene where they do that. I love the song that Cat sings in it, like about the fun. Honestly, and I love the scene where he's dancing. He wears that woman clothes, going I laughed so hard. It's like, so yeah. Oh yeah, there is actually one YouTuber that actually does like this movie, and that's Memulous. That's right, Memulous. If you know what Memulous is, it's a YouTuber that reacts to videos and sometimes reviews stuff. Honestly, Memulous is such a great YouTuber. I totally recommend him. He's such a funny YouTuber. He does actually like this movie. Watch his reaction to this movie. It's actually really funny. Now, even though I love this movie, there is one thing I find messed up. It's where, when Sally was wondering where he, came from, how did he, get to the house? She said that, and Sally said, "Where did you come from?" Cat said this. So, let's see, how do I put this? When a mommy cat and a daddy cat love each other very much, they decide to. And Conrad then drops and going, no. Honestly, that seems messed up. I actually didn't notice that until when I was a kid. And years later, giving it a rewatch, I was like, wow. But then this movie came to film 4 in my area last year in August. I decided to rewatch this movie. And that scene was actually cut. I'm not joking. The scene was actually cut when it aired on TV. Seriously, I don't blame them. So yeah, honestly. But yeah, after giving this movie a rewatch back in 2024, I was thinking I was becoming neutral to this movie a little bit. But then giving this movie another rewatch a year later, I'm starting to love this movie again, honestly. But yeah. And I love the scene where his cat was scratching himself, and then Larry was sneezing, going, "Achoo, achoo, is there a cat in here? Achoo, achoo." And later on in the movie, he sneezes, says, "Why am I sneezing?" And he says, and turns around and says, "That would be me." Boo! Achoo! Yeah! That was funny. And the scene when they're in the club, trying to get through, and then Cat starts dancing with a girl, that was funny as. Yeah, that was funny that. So yeah, and I love the scene where Thing 1 and Thing 2 riding Mrs. Kwan down the stairs, and then she's how does she not wake up from that? Seriously, how the hell does she not wake up from all that? Seriously. Yeah, and I love the dog Nevins, it's so funny. And then he has this garden, one of those gardening things that you use to garden, yeah? Yeah. You've seen the movie, you probably know what I mean. He kinda did a death threat to Nevins. I say it's time to die, scams away. Scared away to try and get him back. And he says this, "Dirty hoe!" And he pops on and says, "I'm sorry, but I love you." And tries to kiss it. And it's like, "Cat, come on." That was so freaking funny. Although I should not have said the word whore in this, because honestly, that's not right. He's not talking about war hose, like firemen uses, what they use in Fireman Sam. No, he used that word that you call someone. Yeah, you shouldn't really call anyone that. It's not nice. They should not have said that. But yeah, and I love the scene where he was at the party and he disguises him. The cat disguises himself as a pinata. He starts whacking him, and the kid says, "Step out of my way," and it hits him right in the middle. He goes, and then the song goes, "Kalami say ah," where he's on the swing and there's a horse in the background, and he's called and then he throws candy. He tries to hit the kid with the bus. Saying, "No, yeah." That was funny. It was funny seeing that. Cause it kind of takes me back though. It was so funny. I laughed so hard at that scene. But yeah, and I love the scene where it's funny when they're like in the song "Fun Fun Fun," where like he got like a ball. He started to like run, like he got he like did those Mexican thing, like, you know, in like Ferdinand. Remember the movie Ferdinand where like they had they had those like red things, and then the ball started running and tried to like get them. Like they kind of did that in this movie a bit. And the scene, in that scene where he's like pretended like get the ball, and then the ball starts running at him, and then the cat goes closer, and then the ball. Which honestly, that was funny. That how did they even get a real life ball in a freaking house? That's impossible. So yeah, and the funny bit is where like he looked at the picture frame, going hamina 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 hamina, who is that? And he said, "That's my mom." He said, "Awkward." Yeah, that was actually fun. That was really funny, that scene. So yeah. And I love when the guy says this, Miss Jones' boss, and he says this: if your house is messy like Tessa, you're fired. You're fired. That's funny. That it's a funny character. I know that doesn't have anything to do with the books, but with the book, but yeah. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what my thoughts on the Cat in the Hat book is, honestly, I love the book. It's a masterpiece. I do love this movie, but honestly, I prefer the book more. The book is better, and the TV show as well. Which I love the Cat in the Hat TV show. It's great. So the TV show and the book is a lot more better than I do like the TV show and the book a lot more than this movie. So yeah. Honestly, this is one of Maya's best roles to date, along with Shrek and Austin Powers. So yeah, overall, guys, give this movie honestly a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing masterpiece. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a massive part of my childhood. If you guys hate this movie, I can handle your opinions, but me, I still love this movie to this very day. This movie's really nostalgic, honestly. Which yeah, and oh yeah, South Park fan Photo War loves this movie as well. Sure. So like I said, if you guys hate this movie, I can totally handle your opinions. But me, I still enjoy this movie to this very day. This movie's really nostalgic to me. Which yeah. So yeah, thank God for watching this review, and oh yeah, the catchphrase. Okay. Anyway, goodbye.